So I just want to apologize for just how bad the camera footage was last review. The Euro 2020 semifinals are done and complete, so cue the intro. What an eventful 2 days of football we've had. First, we had Italy versus Spain, then England versus Denmark. Both fantastic games to watch. But we'll start off with Italy versus Spain. It appears that I have once again doubted Spain. I'm sure a good amount of us have too. I can't lie, right? It's very difficult to determine how good this team really is. But there is no doubt that Luis Enrique won the tactical battle against Italy. I wasn't expecting Spain to look so cool and composed with the possession. I really thought with how Italy played, they'd have some trouble. But it seemed to be the possession game that was the very weakness that could break the Italian game. Dani Olmo had a great performance. Every time he was on the ball, it felt like there was going to be a threat ahead. He also made it look really difficult for the Italians not to foul him. Then there's Pedri, who was basically the second coming of Andres Iniesta at times. Italy's only way of creating chances throughout most of the match was pretty much just on the counter. Not to take away from that, because they still created a very good amount of chances. But also one thing that was benefiting the Spanish game was Italy's defense. Their distribution of the ball was awful, abnormally awful. And I'd say Spain dominated most of the possession and had more of the better clear chances. But then you have to remember one thing. The Spanish end product. I know, I say it so many times, but it's so unfortunate because you have such a quality team and the one thing holding them back is that end product. Like I said before, Luis Enrique absolutely won the tactical battle, and if he had a striker like, say, David Villa or Fernando Torres, that game would have been done, over with. Spain would have been in the final by like the 12th minute. Spain paid a massive price in not finishing their chances, as Italy would actually find the back of the net first through a blistering counterattack and a fantastic Chiesa finish. But just when you thought it was over, Alvaro Morata plays a 1-2 with Dani Olmo, and Spain find a brilliant equalizer that resembled the Spanish golden generation. For all the criticism Morata gets, I think people should at least appreciate how well he can make those runs and how well he can get into those positions. Not many chances really occurred into extra time, and that meant penalties. After Alvaro Morata's awful penalty that was saved by Gianluigi Donnarumma like it was nothing, it was Jorginho to potentially send Italy to the final of the European Championship. And he delivered. Filth of the highest order to do it.
Easy dubs.
It's quite the turnaround for Italy, knowing that they didn't even qualify for 2018's World Cup. England versus Denmark. After an early chance in the 5th minute, it just felt like England were kind of nervous on the ball throughout the first half. And into the 30th minute or so, Denmark got a free kick. It is a pretty debatable free kick too. Either way though, Denmark made the most of it as Mikkel Damsgaard scored a brilliant free kick. It was the first direct free kick goal in the tournament. Again, Denmark looked really good throughout the entire first half, and were kind of unlucky to concede an own goal. Even throughout the second half, when England were slowly growing into the match, I still think Denmark had the upper hand at times. But then around the 67th minute or so, the Danish head coach decided to take off both of Denmark's best attacking threats, Kasper Dolberg and Mikkel Damsgaard. Why did he do this? I'm not really sure, because the game was tied 1-1. But once they were taken off, the game completely changed. England took control of that match. But talking about the English attack, Raheem Sterling again showing his brilliance throughout the entire match. Even when England were struggling quite a bit in the first half, it was Raheem Sterling who was still a constant threat against the Danish defense. And I feel like not many people talk about Kyle Walker's defensive performances. This is a player that many debated wouldn't even play. Chance after chance throughout the rest of the 90 and into extra time, it just looked like England were going to score. And what really didn't help the Danish defense was when Andreas Christensen went off for injury. But even with the barrage of attacks from England coming from every single direction imaginable, Kasper Schmeichel was incredible. You can't even tell me this man wasn't at the top of his game, making save after save, basically keeping Denmark in the game. Then came the controversy though. 101 minutes played, Raheem Sterling goes down in the box, and a penalty is called. Harry Kane missed the initial shot, and then scored the rebound, and it was 2-1 to England. The question is, was this a penalty? For me, absolutely not. I just don't see enough contact to see Sterling go down that easily. How the officials didn't take a closer look at this with their, I don't know, more improved technology to actually determine some call like this, especially in a semifinal of the Euros, will never make sense to me. Another question though, has God left us? Indeed he has. So, Sunday we will be seeing two teams in the European Championship final. England and Italy. England, for the first time in 55 years, have reached a major tournament final. They've only conceded just 1 goal this entire tournament, by the way. Harry Maguire has been, of course, like I said before, magnificent since he come back from injury. His aerial dominance, once again, will be huge for England in terms of set pieces. Don't forget about how goddamn fast Kyle Walker is. Luke Shaw, as I've said before multiple times, has not missed a step in this tournament. I think the one visible weakness I can think of at the moment would be England's midfield. They, of course, looked really nervous against Denmark when Denmark were actually creating chances. On the attack, as an Arsenal supporter but also an English tier consumer, I am very conflicted with Bukayo Saka. There is no doubt that he's shown his quality though. Harry Kane is always a threat no matter whether he is the end product or creating the end product. And whether you like it racist, I'm talking to you Brexiters, the Daily Mail, or the Sun, Raheem Sterling has been one of the best players in this tournament. Now let's talk about Italy. Italy, of course, reached the Euro finals back in 2012 where they got demolished by Spain. So for them, hopefully it doesn't happen again. Gianluigi Donnarumma has been nothing but world class. Might I add, he's 22 years old. It feels like it's been a decade with him, but no. He's 22. Italy's defense are of course locked and ready. Giorgio Chiellini will be having that menacing smile as he leads the Italian defense. But the Italian defense need to be much better when it comes to distribution. They have been phenomenal up until practically the semis versus Spain. And we don't know if that's going to be a reoccurring thing or that was just a one-time thing against Spain because of the possession game. But just for reference, against Belgium, Italy only turned over the ball 20 times throughout the entire match. Compare that with Spain, where they turned over the ball 20 plus times in just the first half. Of course, the transition from midfield to attack will be very important for the Italians. Marco Verratti has been world class. Nicolo Barella has been that kid full of energy. And of course, there's Jorginho, the midfield metronome for the Azzurri. Attacking wise, watching Lorenzo Insigne play is like an art form in itself. Federico Chiesa's footwork and finishing are absolutely sublime and he will be very important for the Italians. Ciro Immobile shouldn't be counted out, but he really hasn't been very effective in the knockout stages. I mean, in the Spain match, Italy started actually packing more of a punch when Lorenzo Insigne drifted into the center. So will it be coming home or will it be coming to Rome? What do you guys think? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. For sure, this will be a very fun time as I'll be watching this with friends. This will be the first final I've watched with friends in person since probably like 2019. Just a quick update though, the transfer show is in the works. I just have to catch up on everything, and as more transfers keep coming in every single day, it gets a little bit annoying and also quite hellish. But don't worry, I am going to make this happen because one, I think it actually could be pretty successful, and two, be nice to give you guys some information like that. Follow my Twitter for any video updates, stupid tweets, you know the deal there. TikTok, I'm still trying to reach 5,000. Of course, follow my Instagram if you want. Follow my Twitch. And until then, I'll see you guys.